Good morning, afternoon. This is Dave Gustavison, Lake Hamilton Junior High. A reflection from video one. Start with, um, let me pull this up real quick. Um, the scales and providing scales and rubrics. What I would do is share with the students the objectives, and then again in video three, I tie those objectives into the proficiency scale. So, what mastery might look like, and uh, again, using the same terms and vocabulary as in our learning objectives, or learning targets, with that. So, the students are able to pull that together. This particular video is pretty heavy on conducting direct instruction lesson, just where it falls in the unit. So the direct instruction, as far as chunking ideas into digestible parts. We just started looking at what communication is. It's very basic, sending and receiving. And they had a note, they had a handout where they're filling in those one at a time, those parts of the cycle. So I kind of broke it down. And then what we'll be doing with the whole lesson is we look at communication. Well, what does it take to be a good listener? Then we move into how to present and present in a way that makes people want to listen. So we'll be moving forward into that, but we try to break it down into, first we start off with that learning side, or the communication cycle, with a handout that they can fill in with a mental model, the chart. So, matter of fact, it looks like this. They get that example, and then they'll fill in these as we go. So we start kind of small, and then we build into what an active listener, what is listening, then active listening, and so that's the chunking part. Uh, so Um, and then, of course, processing new information. Uh, they're at the end of this particular video, reviewing with the students that material, and what it might look in practice. Okay, so what active listening might look like. And I was looking at previewing new content. We did an experiment at the very beginning, anticipatory set, where we played the called telephone grapevine, where they got to kind of experience the frustration of ineffective communication, and so that was our kind of glimpse into uh, what we were, or preview into what we're getting ready to learn about. Helping students to see, this is number 12. No, wait, 10. Helping students examine similarities and differences. Somewhere around 23 minutes, looks like 43 seconds. I'm sharing with the students the difference between listening and hearing. So we try to make the similarities of hearing sound, but what really listening is, the differences. So probably more about the differences than the similarities, but we start with what is hearing, and then we look at the differences of actually listening. So that's uh, that's somewhere here around 23, 45. Just to share that with them. Now, I did not give them a mental model for that. It was a verbal similarities and differences. Something I could do is maybe provide them a T chart that we could write down and visually see those similarities and differences. So I might include in the future, besides verbally asking them to think about, give them an example of being in the middle of the night and hearing things. But besides the example, actually have a T chart. So I think I might incorporate that into the future. So, okay. Thank you for the review, and I look forward to your feedback.